and Twitch. My favorite platform for streaming and my favorite chess site, lichess and Twitch. International Master Sladgie, aka William Pascal, from the United States, now permanently residing in the country of Hungary, Budapest City. What's up, guys? Recovering from my multiple streams yesterday. It was a rough day, but fun. We've got Rapid and Blitz challenges, Troll to Roll at Wikipoo. I've got to fix my ratings. I mean, I don't have time. I never have time to play. Maybe this afternoon I can play some games on my own, or tonight, but I don't have a lot of extra time, so I really have time to play rated games and actually repair my ratings have gone down a lot. It's kind of embarrassing. What's up, Troll? 6+5, Chess 960, Wikipoo 2302. Pretty strong. Thanks, guys, both of you, for playing in our Sunday streamer battle. Wikipoo only played a couple games. Troll played quite a few. Nice of you to play real chess there, Troll. I know it takes a lot to get you not to play Chess 960. Never again. Alright. Always these two guys are first. They're under the Blowfish. So, Blowfish is in the storage unit. Mr. Fugu. Master Fugu. Jui. Welcome. Alright, guys, so I'm taking challenges 5-3 through 7+3. It's kind of a weird range, I know, but I like to include Rapid in the mix and keep it casual. So that's the rules. 5-3 through 7-3, casual. Schieberspieler also challenging me. Alright, so we got tough games from Wikipoo and Schieberspieler and Troll. Troll is the warm-up at Chess 960. I have not played since last night, and that's a lot different playing Simul. Yesterday's Blitz tournament, my results were pretty bad. I'm pretty awful at 3-0. Probably mainly because I don't ever play 3-0. I suppose if I really, really practiced and cared about it, I could probably be like a decent 3-0 player, but I would have to improve my mouse speed pretty seriously to be effective. What's up, Schieberspieler? Any other tournaments this summer? Didn't you say there was, this is gonna be, you gotta be careful in Chess 960, we don't have an undefended pawn. This is guarded. Everything's actually protected in the setup. Sometimes there's a big hole. E45, knight b3. I saw an interesting tournament to play in Schieberspieler, actually. Would be the Pardubice in Czech Republic. It's moved from July to September, you know. Probably some Hungarians might play in that, I would imagine. I don't know yet, but that's a good tournament. Here in Hungary, there is something in August. You have a tournament this weekend, Ica, as well. What's that? I'm out of the loop. I agreed to play this IM tournament, the RNT's IM tournament in August, and that is going to be it for me for a while, since I have to survive. Primary goal is to survive. I guess I should break with d5 myself here. What am I being so hesitant about? Whoever breaks first. Classical chess. Boros John. I've heard of that. Boros John. Is Boros John a beer? It sounds like a... Isn't it a beer? It's been a while since I've been getting out. Boros John is a beer, right? I used to drink that. But you don't drink alcohol, which is good. Good for you. Don't start. So, what am I doing here? It's like Homer Simpson. Borosjan means amber, but there is a beer called Borosjan. Or at least there used to be. But maybe it was like another company that had a... I don't remember the beer brand or the specific beer type was Borosjan. I think it was just called Borosjan. Haven't seen it in a while. That's interesting. So it means amber. I don't know enough Hungarian words, obviously. I'm thinking about knight d6. I'm worried about takes and c4, but that's probably not that big a deal. You're a kid, so you can't drink beer. You can, but you shouldn't. You definitely shouldn't. Alright. This is a kid-friendly stream. We won't talk about beer. Knight d6. But it is interesting to know the meanings of words. It might be a place, I'm assuming. I don't know. There's a lot of... Well, the interesting thing in Hungarian is that a lot of names for towns and stuff are always like... They seem like they're names, like people too, are names of things. Not necessarily the case in English. Like, most people's names in Hungarian are actually literal things. In English, it's more vague. You know, you've got names like Jones. I don't know what a Jones is. I mean, Smith is a thing. Blacksmith. Anyway, interesting discussion of linguistics here. But let's play some chess. So Troll is starting me out with chess 960. I don't really like the chess 960, but I don't think it can hurt you. I personally don't really like it, but I think it's not bad for your chess game. I think by playing chess 960, we can get particularly better at coordination. It's good for our skills. Yeah, I mean, I figure Jones is like Jonas also. Jonas. Jonas is like a name. If you have to get technical, John's son. You're right, Bob. Everything has a meaning. Bob has to prove me wrong, but he's right. I was thinking about that. Jones is not really the best example of a meaningless name. Jonas. Alright. So white is well coordinated. What if I said no? No. How am I going to defend my e5 pawn? Well, I mean, I guess the obvious answer is taking here and playing f6. I'm going to create some weaknesses on the white squares, which is a little concerning. Bishop f6 is bad. I mean, you want to defend pawns not necessarily with pieces. Just don't even go there. I got 5 challenges, so I'm taking challenges from subscribers first. Subscribers and teammates. Got a little bit of weakness on the white squares. Weaknesses. Hi. Troll and Roll is really good in the opening stage of chess 960. I'm not. So I have to be extra careful against him here. This is the point in the game where he's very dangerous and I'm weak. Once I get out of the opening, I'm pretty good in middle games, any kind of position. Middle games and end games are fine, but chess 960 openings, I'm a disaster, and Troll's particularly good. So, the Marazzi, Schieberspieler's favorite structure. Ratzi can be built up and knocked down with f4. He can break it, weakening his king. Ooh, g3. He's gone for bishop g2. And the white squares are at play here. But I think I really ought to castle. I could, I guess, play h5 there. If you insist. This move also might be dangerous. Another idea is knight b5. Or knight f5. More Marazzi themes. I don't know, I just don't like chess 960 as much as normal chess. Agnes Karadewski just donated 200 bits, our first love for the week. Yesterday we had an awesome donation, 8 gift subs and 1,000 bits from Mr. Slowhand after a kind of quiet week. Thank you, Agnes, for 200 bits getting us started. I feel like I'm doing a, what do you call it? Fundraiser. All right. Telethon. Trump telethon. Trump fundraising telethon. So I'm just waiting for the other shoe to drop here. I mean, he's going to play castles in some moment. It's just a question of when. If I play bishop h6, it's almost certainly going to happen. But I'm not that well mobilized. There's also h5. If I feel... I guess this is a good move. I mean, honestly, he's going to have to be careful. The more I think about this, the more I like it. Yeah, like Schieberspieler was talking about building up Marazzi, this bind on the d4 square. I just didn't feel like we had enough development and time to do that. Bishop g2 is a great move, of course, logical. Gotta be careful. If I play queen d7, then knight c5. I want to exchange bishops on my terms, not on his terms. Truthfully, the position is pretty even. I mean, I think that black theoretically might have some advantage because of the e5 pawn. The more I play chess, the more I stream. I look at chess a little differently than when I was just playing, and the more I teach and try to teach people, I learn from teaching. But the one thing I've really learned in the last few years streaming is that the pawn center is more powerful than I ever really, I think, appreciated. It sounds really basic, but I never thought about it that consciously as I have in recent times. How much like just one pawn in the center truly gives black a slight advantage. Of course, you have to really be on a high level to be able to exploit an advantage like that. Schieberspieler, particularly space-oriented player. To very tactically minded players, such a thing might be almost irrelevant. They're looking for combinations. But I think you have to add up every little advantage you can get. Troll in a roll. How about knight b5 at some point? If knight b5, maybe white just retreats the bishop back. So what am I doing there? How about takes? You're gonna do what? You're gonna do what? Said what? Darn. Queen f3? I can't see that I have more than equal here. Which kind of sucks. And what useful moves do I have? Like maybe rook d8 or something? Is that a weird move? Caving. He's a caveman. You're castling queenside. What? Wow. Check it out. He's castling queenside. Never in my wildest imaginations did I think you're going to castle queenside. That's the tricky thing about Chess 960, though. You know, the game can subtly change. Look how it suddenly changed. With that castling slipping away to the queenside. Maybe that was his plan all along. I was in ignorant bliss. Troll, I mean, I think you're making an objective mistake, dude. Truthfully. And why am I saying that? Because when you have less time, I think you're at a concrete disadvantage. One who has less time shouldn't complicate the game. I think it's a practical mistake. So I kind of assume people are going to adhere to that principle. But Troll is just going for it, no matter what. Reckless abandon. OMG. Almost checkmated here. Troll, I didn't expect you to become like psychotically aggressive with less time. There's the Marazzi we've been waiting for all our lives. The beauty of the Marazzi. Look at that. What a beautiful Marazzi it is. Marazzi Geza. Most people seek simplification when they have less time. Not really what I wanted from that position. Incredible. He just doesn't care about being practical whatsoever. Unbelievable. You're unbelievable. Alright, B5. Oof. Practical. I must didn't see it. Now, Troll, if you were playing someone who was weaker than you, maybe I could see. I've heard different sort of philosophies about it. But I felt it was very close to the end. The Troll just refused to trade pieces, refused to trade queens, refused to compromise. Even though he had less time than me, you know? I mean, maybe you don't like endgames or something, but honestly, think about it logically. If you have less time, then you don't want the position to be more complicated. I would think you'd want the position to be less complicated, vice versa. If the position is more complicated, you want more time. If you have less time, you want to simplify. It's easier to play if the position is more simplified. Alright, anyway, that's my practical advice to handling sort of time pressure situations. I was surprised he kept avoiding trading queens. He's probably equal, you know, if he just trades queens. Endgames are more complicated. Come on, endgames are easy. There's less pieces on the board. Mathematically less possibilities. Very simple. Wiki-poo, Schieberspieler. There's less room for mistakes, maybe. Wiki Poo and these guys are really strong. Especially Schieberspieler. Alright, what is the time control? 5 plus 3 and there's an increment. Yesterday I played a 3-0 game where I forgot there was no increment. That was embarrassing. We were down to like 5 seconds and I was like, wow, I'm not even getting my increment. Where's my time going? And then just as I'm about to lose on time, I realized that there was no increment the whole game. It's good to know the time control before you start, you know. I played the streamer battle like 5 weeks now, and I didn't remember that it was 3-0. Right at the end of the game, like the whole game, I'm not getting 2-second increments. I just figure he's faster than me. You'd think I would realize at some point. He actually used negative seconds. Okay, so we've been playing this again and again. I'm getting a little annoyed with this variation. I've got to come up with something different. I mean, D5 is probably a good system here, no? It's like committing your knight to C3 too early in the Catalan. Although I've never played this, I can't imagine how it cannot be good. It makes sense. This is usually a no-no in the Catalan. You want your knight to be flexible. Of course, maybe not the optimal situation, but now he's seriously... Queen B3. Weird move. I mean, I understand you're double attacking my pawn, but... Now I threaten D4. But Queen B3 just complicates the situation. Structurally, White's not supposed to be playing like CD, probably. And his queen is on a strange square, but I've been forced to put my knight on a strange square in response, so I don't know who this actually benefits in the long run. Yeah, maybe A5 is a bad move too. I know nothing about this line. And it's bad because Wiki Poo's greatest weakness is his openings. He doesn't know a lot of theory. So I should best take advantage of that. Instead, I'm in a completely random position, which is favorable for him. Neutral is favorable for him. If he can get an equal position against me in the opening, that's a good result. Because the opening is the worst phase of his game. Alright. Now, White even might be better. I don't know. This is not my style position, really. This loses a pawn. How about bishop g4, actually? Why am I playing so passively? Got a lot of challenges, but I take the subscribers first. So who's the subscriber? Schieberspieler, Sidan. What about this weird time control? Super Khaled. I'm not going to play 3+3. It's got to be 5-3 through 7+3. You can re-challenge me, but I don't know if we'll have... I assume we'll have enough time for all these games. The 7-3 ones are kind of long. Happy Mac is like provisional. Played once before. Alright. 7+3 Sleepyhead. We have not played. I just asked that everybody has an established account with 100 games. Yeah, Sleepyhead might not qualify. So 95 now seems a possibility, but not necessarily a threat. 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 I gotta be careful not to play too slow or waste my time because Wikipu's so fast. He's unbelievably fast. Not really like with the pre-moves and stuff. This drops a pawn, I thought. It doesn't? Weird. I just assume he's just okay with dropping his... He's completely okay with dropping his e2 pawn. Weird. He like didn't even think about it. He just doesn't care about material. Just like randomly. He just randomly has resources to whatever you do. It's strange. It is kind of weird. He just didn't seem to even pay attention, but magically has moves when he needs them. Isn't that kind of weird? Press some HTML. Sorry, guys. Should I just resign now? I have no idea what I'm doing. Looks like it's lost for me. Pretty close to lost. It's unbelievable, like he never ever uses any time. He's only 2300, but he plays like he's 25. He's used 1 minute for the whole game. And never ever seems to even have to hesitate or think for a second. It's weird. You'd have to have awesome intuition to be able to do that. He didn't even pay attention to the fact that his e2 pawn was hanging. It's just like complete luck that everything works out. Rook takes e4. What? That was totally random. Now he's just doing like random exchange sacrifices. Wow, that's so strange. So he just voluntarily sacks this exchange. Why would he do that? When he's probably just winning like normally without any fancy moves. Now it's like unclear. Actually, I can take on d4. I almost didn't see this move. That's unbelievable. I mean, in all fairness, I just woke up like an hour ago, but to miss that move would be kind of messed up. It's not that difficult. But I'm going to lose on time. F5. F5, bishop d5, check. Schieberspieler, if you're gonna make suggestions, make ones like that. I love suggestions that win for me. Alright. Man. I was completely lost. Like, don't forget to make suggestions that lose for my opponent, okay, guys? Why is he like, he's got a 2-minute lead on the clock and he just like sacks the exchange here when I'm just losing my c7 pawn for nothing. The worst thing he can do is go opposite color bishop position when he has weaknesses around his king. So just taking here with something is like basically a winning position for white, I assume. Queen takes c7, maybe bishop takes c7. It's possible he has other moves, but f3 blocking his bishop, not really. Let's look what Danjan says. So just bishop c7, yeah, it's over. Plus 2.6. I just lost my c pawn. My a pawn is hanging. I have no compensation, and I'm completely lost. Instead, he just like impulsively sacrificed an exchange here. Well, this is crazy. Alright. I was lucky to get away there, but opening was very strange too. This is not really a good move for white, exchanging pawns on d5. And here I probably messed up. I would think like c6 is just really, really solid for black. Very, very solid. But instead, I castle and he plays this. I was like, what is this? c5 advantage to black. Where did I go wrong? Chernin versus Korchnoi. I played a5. That's a bad move. Waste of time. This move is amazing. Knight e5. Just dropping his e-pawn on e2. Man, this turned the whole game around. I just didn't think he could do that. He like played it instantaneously. It's a natural square, but I have to calculate. Alright, Schieberspieler. Queen takes c7 would have been your choice. Well, it's safe. Typical Schieberspieler. You win a pawn and trade queens, probably. And my a-pawn is weak. No sense in risking keeping the queens on the board, I guess. For a computer, it's easy, you know, no problem. I think queen c7 was okay. I mean, it has to be. Alright, good luck. So, I'm never going to play like 10 challenges. I have until, well, we have almost 2 hours, actually. But with the 7+3 challenges, if I get those rapid challenges, those are pretty long. So just keep in mind. The 5+3 ones are a little faster. So Schieberspieler plays like the Sveshnikov? What do he do? I don't remember playing this. Maybe we had one game? Pseudo Sveshnikov. Bishop e6. He's hesitating here. Why? Why are you hesitating? I haven't played e4 against you. He's typing. Busy chattering. It's all for fun, guys. Casual. Challenges only, please. Sleepyhead doesn't have enough games. I don't count Bullet. 1, 18, no. Alright, nobody under 100 games. Happy Mac, we checked that already. Sidan is a subscriber. He'll be the next one. Anybody else a subscriber to my stream? You get the chance to play first. Troll to roll with a re-challenge. That'll be last, if I have time for it. This guy's cool. I don't like to play new accounts. People are often trolling me and stuff. Anyway, I just wasted a bunch of time. What do you want to play? Knight e5. I hate queen a5 check, Schieberspieler. actually. I had a guy who played queen takes f6 against me the other day. What are we going to do with Schieberspieler? Wait, it's like c3. Oof, mouse slip. Emery Tate. It's the one use. It's a one use. I'm just kidding. It's not a mouse slip. You learn something new every day. Trolling you. He thought I was really... Well, it could be a mouse slip because g3 is a move, I think. It's not a great move, but it's fun. Knight d5, queen a5, do bishop d2. Is that how Danny Edelman got a draw in a simul against Kasparov? That's disgusting. I mean, it's one thing to do it in like a closed tournament against another strong player where you don't feel like playing, but to make a draw... Yeah, I remember that. I didn't know which position it was, Super Driver. That's horrifying. I vaguely remember that story. That was right around the time when I moved to Boston. Danny was the president of the Harvard Chess Club. He used to organize blitz tournaments at the Harvard Science Center. I was there. Kasparov was upset. Yeah. Well, maybe he shouldn't play that variation. Kasparov has to take some responsibility for allowing it, too. He's just like, you're not forced to play queen a5. I mean... So this is like c3, absolutely necessary. So I've only seen it in a couple of games, this move g4. It was played originally by Velimirovich, and then Emery Tate copied him. That's the only games I know of. I mean, it might have been played in others. I'm not sure who Velimirovich played it against. But Tate would collect these like random ideas and then try to use them. The random regressive players' ideas is the ideas is of random people like Velimirovich. Not a bad idea. It sounds like MASH is being filmed in your apartment. Dude, it's just a fan. You should hear the construction across the street. Across the courtyard. You haven't even heard anything yet, man. You're not even hearing the construction. You just hear a simple fan. It's a helicopter. My fan almost died today, so don't even go there. The motor is almost dead, and every once in a while it just sort of like randomly stops. I thought it finally died this morning. I sort of nursed it back. I brought another fan in the room, and when it saw its rival was coming to replace it, it just magically came back to life. It's before I was born, Bob. A little older than me. I was watching this episode of The Twilight Zone last night. It was weird to think like how old that seemed. It was weird to think it wasn't that much older. It was like it was from the 60s. I was telling my daughter, like, oh, this is only made like 8 years before I was born. That was weird. I think The Twilight Zone is like ancient. It's like in black and some of the episodes, a lot of the episodes are in black and white. Schieberspieler is drifting. The ambient noise is awesome, man. I love white noise. It depends, though. I guess it depends what kind of mood you're in, how sensitive you are to it. Sometimes it doesn't bother me at all. if I'm really, really tired or super sensitive or something. Last night I was tired. I had to turn it off. Whoa. Change of plans here from Schieberspieler. There's been a change of plans, ladies and gentlemen. It's tempting to do like pawn takes, but he has queen h4 check. There is knight f6 check. I mean, even pawn takes, queen h4 check, queen g3 is interesting. Probably not worse. Really? Blundericious. How's the broken rib? Should be getting better. Should be starting to get better now. Which way am I castling, troll? Damn, that's a lot of issues. I thought this was a good move. But it's not that simple. I mean, I'm nice and close to his king there. Comfy. Rook c7. He's got a defense for every occasion. Such a tense position. Schieberspieler doing a great job. Defending himself the only way he knows how. Never allowed any kind of combinations or anything. The Schieberspieler is a big believer in bishops. He must be a little put off to have a knight versus bishop. How's my king safety? Good? Strong on king safety. There it is, the mate again. What happens if rook g5? He has defense for everything. Unbelievable. Can I castle kingside? Wow. If it's great D, it's for me. He's getting in trouble, isn't he? He's gonna just trade everything off. Here we go again. Good move. Good move, another good move. You're telling me this is a draw? Really? Eventually cracked. King and pawn endgames. Is there a draw? Is that a draw? Endgames are not complicated. I was saying endgames are easy earlier. So win? So you have e4 check. What? It's a draw? I like how it's like black is better. Realistically. That's true. Yeah, you could actually force me to kind of fight for a draw here. I'm lucky I'm not lost in this position. Wow. That's incredible that I'm not lost. It's one of these classic, my pawn just gets down fast enough to hold a draw. It's really hard with no time, man. It's true, like king and pawn in games are extremely complicated. So it's the rook pawn versus queen draw. That's amazing. He can actually force that. The endgame whisperer, they call him. So I swindled him in a drawn king and pawning game. Actually, the best move is a4. It's still draw. Everything's a draw. I mean, it should be a draw. Anyway, good game. Till the end. Bad game. Sorry, bad game. It does look like the kind of game you see in a tournament. Rookie games are very common, of course. Happy Mac. Okay, Sedan and Morales are, sit down, are subscribers to the stream. I thought you were here on an earlier stream. Once in a while I bust it out. I played it against Blobix. I played the G4 once against all the Sveshnikov players. But then I don't play it anymore. It's only worth like playing once, and then it's just like not that good. So you don't take it out of the, what did Emery Tate call it? The woodshed. You bring it out of the woodshed just once, and then you to wheel it back to the woodshed. It's not a multi-use vaccine against the Sveshnikov. You just play it once. Never play it twice. But he did fine against it. It was a good game. I don't think he played the opening that well. I was better, though. But London. Bob's comments are comforting. That's a new one. Bob's known for his comforting comments. Comforting Bob. That's what they call him. Okay, so against the London system, no London system. No London system today. Well, one of the ways you can play against it is to like take on g4 and then sack a pawn back with g3. Uber driver. Pawn to Swiss tomorrow. It's a blitz. We did rapid last week. I don't like this exchange of queens here for white, but a lot of people just automatically assume that this is a good idea. Probably black's at least equal. Yeah, guys, tomorrow blitz. I should start. Let me make a note to turn the tournament on, to open the tournament. Pawn to Blitz tomorrow night, 6:30. So, Schieberspieler can redeem himself after losing to me last week. Can't have that. Can't have that too much. C6 gives space to the king if answered by f4. Well, you know there's different versions of these type of endgames. The cognoscenti say that bishop e6 is the best move here. Is that right? I guess bishop g5 isn't very common. It's a tempting move. I'll usually just play c6 now. I forget, though. I don't think bishop g5 is a great move. He's supposed to play knight f3. This is the best try. Morales is talking about f4, but in this line I don't think f4 is. You may be thinking of some very similar type of endgame variations. This particular one, I'm not sure I'm supposed to play king c7 either, but it's probably fine. There's the The beautiful mate with bishop d8, though. That can happen. Entertaining. Is Mr. Coffee here? No Mr. Coffee today. He must be busy at work. E4, C6, F4. E4, C6, F4? In what position? In this position? In this position after bishop g5? When are you talking about e4, Antonio? After queen d8, king d8, e4, and f4? I know that there was a game like Sarawan Karpov, but Karpov wouldn't have played this. Karpov doesn't do d6. I love the variation like knight fd7, knight takes e5, knight takes e5, bishop d8, mate. It's always good fun. Yeah, Antonio, I recall a variation to that effect, but I had the feeling it was something different. I'm going to tell number 4 that you misspelled his name. You're the biggest number 4 fan in the world. You can't even spell his name right. Spelling like Eric Trump. You probably would post the wrong picture on your Twitter account, like Marco Rubio. My favorite chess number 4 in the world of all time, and put a picture of John Nunn or something. The problem just donated tier 1 gift sub. John Spielman. Jim. I'm wondering if it was bishop g5, bishop e6 now that I think about it. I thought I saw some games like bishop e6, castles, queenside check, king c8. But the cognoscenti do not prefer to go in this. I mean, maybe Yasser particularly likes endgames or something, so he'd be willing to play it. But most people, Miralis, prefer not to. Kind of like those connoisseurs of the exchange King's Indian that you run into sometimes. Most people just play the exchange variation of the classical King's Indian so they could get a draw or just try to be like chickens. But once in a while you get one who's like a real specialist. He just delves deep into the mysteries of the endgame. Tal won some games of this old Indian Queen Exchange line, but with which color, Uber driver? You're talking about black? I would assume Tal would be likely to be black, wouldn't he? Yeah, but they all did in that generation. Everybody played this stuff. Petrosian. All those Soviet grandmasters, Bronstein, who played the King's Indian and stuff. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Where are you going? King c2. Wow. That's just evil. unbelievable move. No one ever had the audacity to play such a move against me before. King c2. No fear whatsoever of your king getting brutally bum rushed. Knight c5, knight e5, bishop f5, check. And then he just like goes back to c1 with no harm done. Everything's perfectly okay. Knight g4 right away. And then there's like bishop h4. f6. Bishop takes c3. The problem is, alright, bishop takes c3. I can only find equality. I can't seem to find an advantage anywhere. Even this probably. No, maybe I am winning. Maybe I am winning. I am winning. That's an advantage. How do you define advantage? Crazy, I'm like hallucinating. I'm sitting here for half an hour. Okay. So he has bishop takes f6. But even so, it's like knight f6. It's just unbelievable. You have to play bishop f6, knight f6, pawn takes. And then still on knight e4, I'm threatening to fork his rooks with knight takes. So this is like his best continuation. Bishop takes f6. It took me 2 minutes to see this. It's horrible. It took me 2 minutes to realize to play bishop takes knight. It's brain fog. Alright, Miralles. Troll and roll, please wait. Mad Max. Now we have Kanye West ranting. What is it with people like Kanye West and internet rants? Running for president. Elon Musk. So they appreciate each other because they both go on internet rants? Alright, what are we gonna do? We all respect you for your internet rant. We gotta keep Morales on his toes here. So, maybe we can get a transposition. Bishop b5, knight d4. It's actually really annoying to play this. I'm going to play here. It's like I played the declined King's Gambit. That's awkward. Don't love this. Yeah, I don't know what to do now. Is this the problem with the Vienna game for black? If you play knight c6, you get this, and there's no good answer. So I can take... I'm forced to play a King's Gambit of sorts. Warren Buffett. Let's talk about Warren Buffett. He's not putting any money in to the stock market. Can't imagine why. Alright. Making me hungry. Yeah. I miss Las Vegas buffets. Best part of Las Vegas is the buffet. That's embarrassing, Bob. So what do you do here? F4, E takes F4. Takes knight F3. What the heck does black do? Not a lot of good moves, really. I guess we got like a Fischer variation of some sort of variation of the King's Gambit, right? G5. What if we try to do D6 and G5? D6, D4, G5? Man, I have no idea what I'm doing. There's no T in the buffet, really? They have to have T. Well, if you go to the dim sum buffet, of course there's tea. I miss the days in Boston. We would go to like Chinatown, 1 o'clock in the morning, and order cold tea. G5, D5, knight E5. That like kind of concerns me. And it's too late to play H6 now. So what the heck are you gonna do? Morales with his E5 square. I was ranting. Speaking of Kanye West and ranting, I was ranting yesterday. G5, D5, G4. Pawn takes C6, pawn takes F3. How about that? Take that. Bad American food. Used to be Golden Nugget. The blue hairs, like the Gold Coast. The blue hairs. Whatever the blue hairs say, the gold hairs. The blue hairs. Bishop G4. Bishop F4, this sucks. What did I do wrong? I'd like the King's Gambit wins by force. Why is this so strong? There has to be something for black here. Maybe this is better than I thought. I must have misevaluated this. We're just joking about the tea and buffet. Tomato, tomato. How can you get burgers at a buffet? It's not right. Typical Americans. Ordering burgers and hot dogs at the buffet. I'm just joking about the tea, man. Welcome to the stream, everybody, where we talk about random stuff and play chess. Tomorrow I'm going to set up the Pawn to Blitz tournament at 6:30. I just have this nostalgia for Las Vegas buffet food. Really, really hard. I haven't been out there since like 2007 or something. Maybe even earlier. It might have been since 2006. Barbecue's okay, but you can't do hamburgers and hot dogs. And barbecue's normal. Should I play H6? That's a little bit late for that. It is late. I'm forced to play G4. So what's he gonna do? What? It's like my teammate. Pro Rock Martin would play this with white. Maybe Bishop G7? Just don't be greedy. Don't be stupid. Bishop C4. Alright, man. I better take that knight while the getting's good. The barbecue. Yeah, it's awesome. 1800s chess. He's like forced to sack a piece. Golem. Delicious. Can I have another? I think I could make a nice little cubby hole here at G7. This is Like a bomb shelter. It's a Trump bunker on G7. Protesters can't even get close. And the fan just started making a different sound. Like, in all seriousness, its motor is about to die. White is compensation, although I wouldn't want to play a computer if I were white. I'm certainly not a computer. The bomb shelter. Well, obviously you like Asian food, Juicebox Wizard. You couldn't survive in Southeast Asia that long. I don't think if you didn't like it. The cuisine there. Oh my god, now Naroditsky's involved? With this troll? Stick to his stream. There's like a delay before I can ban these people. It's unbelievable. I don't know if it's like my lag? What's happening here? Morales always does this. He like mates me on F7 when I'm not expecting it. Not this time, buddy. Oh my god, what is this? E5? It's crazy, dude. How does that even work? What is happening here? Talk about an 1800s game. This is like a 1500s game. Is it mate now? Are you even serious? That's defended. Wow. He's a psychopath. Oh my god, he got mated. Who got mated? I feel like there was something there. I have the feeling this was actually sound for white, and I got lucky. What do you guys think? Wow, this has actually happened. Ivanisevich versus Tanya. Forster versus Zoltan Almashi. And some guy against Westerinen. David Howe actually beat John Hammer when they were kids. But White's score is three losses out of 4. Actually, it's looking like 2 out of 9. Sorry, 2 out of 7. White has 2 out of 7. Amazing this is actually played. But King G7, the bomb shelter move, is correct. The Trump shelter. So I'm playing like Tanya. Dude, Ivanisevich with no respect for the Tanya. Knight F6 is best. Castles. And I'm the first one crazy enough to play Knight H5 here. That's probably a blunder. This loses. I was scared I was going to get mated by a combination of Rook F7 and like Queen D3. But Morales never goes backwards, and that's why he missed the right move here. It is sort of surprising, like Bishop E3. There's no defense. I thought this was the idea. But basically I went off the rails. I need to play Bishop E7 and develop myself. And it's a scary position. Very scary position. I mean, I'm surprised Ivanisevic lost with white against a much weaker player. I'm not surprised that Daltov won. But the engine's got it at equal now. White has full compensation after queen e2. This exact line was Corso Capablanca, Uber driver. It is okay for white. But now the computer's claiming it's better. It's got a novelty here. See, openings like this, we can use the engine to come up with a lot of new theoretical improvements in these like romantic variations that there aren't a lot of games. Here, Stockfish finds queen e8. Now that's like not an improvement. Wow, horizon just means everything. So let's try the main move, knight a5. It doesn't look right. That doesn't look right either. I don't like this, man. Rook h7 was played. That doesn't look very constructive. The young Rustam Daltov in 1991. What is black supposed to do here? We need to develop your pieces, man. Somebody took on e4. Excuse me? Vash Victor. My god, man. Wow. He actually won. White played bishop takes what? Bishop takes h6. This is awesome. Rook takes h6, rook f7 check. And now what? King g6. Black survived this. Nightmare. Queen d3. That's sick, dude. Bishop f6. Oh my god. What a game. These guys. Bishop f5. I'd be having like a priest give me last rites or something at this point. I'm not even Catholic, but still. Black has to find a developing move. Bishop e7. I'm with Tanya. But what do you play now? Like, how does black play? How does black defend this position? There's no move. You can go with an early h6 and then play g5. That looks right. So this is the best move according to the engine. Queen e8, rook ae1, and now knight h5. An improved knight h5 plan. So I can play bishop d8 and bishop takes h4. Jeez. Steinitz versus NN. Dude, this is mental. So which move is h6 and early h6, dude? You want me to play h6 like here? You really got the mash on your mind, Juicebox Wizard, with the Jamie Farr reference. But I mean, when am I supposed to play h6? Happy Mac. Alright, Happy Mac. It's rare I get a position this interesting though. Before d6. Padron Antoni just subscribed to tier 1. 9 months. 9 months, currently on an 8 monk. He's currently on an 8 monk streak. I don't know, I'm making all kinds of weird Freudian references. An 8 monk streak. Okay. Yesterday's battle, well, we finished 7th out of 9. It's actually not that bad considering very few of the higher rated players in the team were here. But not that bad, Bob. Actually. Under the circumstances, he did alright. Maybe I should bring the other fan in. I have a more modern fan. Doesn't make the mash sound. But honestly, Juicebox, we hadn't had a lot of complaints about it. Now we'll bring it to the complaint bureau. D5 now. Driver, you like this D5? The Grunfeld, it's called. Not a new concept. I'm sort of addicted to the fan sound now. The problem is there's construction across the street. It actually has white noise. So it's better than the construction sound. It's more consistent and less annoying. They woke me up on Saturday morning, and I've complained to the management of the building. Saturday morning is a no-go. My only day off. Those bastards are not going to be using sledgehammers at 8 o'clock in the morning on Saturdays. Knight d7 is kind of a weird setup. I mean, the knight is passively placed there. Still black is solid. I suppose we could play what am I trying to say? D5 maybe for white. Man, another one. They must have run out of other streamers to harass or something. Man, that troll has been around since 2018. Twitch really does a good job. They really do a good job weeding out those troll accounts. They've done a tremendous job. It's like TikTok or Facebook. Have any troll accounts ever been banned from Twitch at all? In the history of Twitch? What do they actually do at Twitch? Or do they actually do anything? Does anyone actually do anything? They just sit back and collect the money. Collect and distribute money. Moderation is not their strong suit. So they need little green men sent by Donald Trump. Ordered by Putin. He makes all the big calls. Now we're on 95. I don't know if I legitimately thought White could sack a piece here. I just kind of trusted that that wouldn't work. But we're getting extremely active now. Guys, thanks for supporting the stream. Tomorrow night, as Schieberspieler said, 6:30, Panda Blitz. It's a private tournament for our Panda and Horses Club, guys. If you're not a member, please join. You can also take part in our now Sundays team battles, as well as our weekly Tuesday tournaments at 6:30 CEST. team. Oh, that's the Jamie Farr reference? The MASH? Jamie Farr was the character from MASH who was a transvestite. I keep getting Jamie Farr. For a second, I got Jamie Farr mixed up with Alan Alda. When you guys said Jamie Farr, Alan Alda went through my mind, and I didn't pick it up till now. It's just been so long since I thought about the actors from MASH. Is Jamie Farr still alive? Does he act? I never heard about him, like, dying. Alan Alda had a really extensive career acting. But the problem with those guys is that they were screwed by their characters because that show was so successful. It's like Magnum P.I. Like, they could never be another character, or Captain Kirk, you know. They could never get an acting job because their characters were so deeply entrenched. No one would believe them as anyone else. Yeah, Jamie Farr played a Lebanese American, right? They were always making jokes about his ethnicity on the show. So we got a lot of pressure with this IQP position. Bishop on f5, not really a stable place for that. I mean, it can be attacked by g4. There's the f7 pressure, e7 pressure. I feel like white is good here. He probably still gets hate mail. I'm sure it's stopped in the last like 10 years or so. I mean, but not really. I mean, in the show, it was like the whole point was like he wasn't really a cross-dresser. He was just pretending to get a Section 8. So that's like more acceptable to bigoted people probably than if he was like really a transvestite. Then they would be up in arms. Can I sack here and go for it? I want to go for it. I hope this actually works, because I did very little calculation. I don't think it actually works. Damn. Did I drop a piece? What did I do? I just sacked a piece for nothing? I just sacked a piece for nothing. Well, that should be good. Don't overthink it. I just missed knight c4. It feels like white has to have a winning combination here. Yeah, I could have just played g4. Still, he's holding on, maybe, with bishop e6. I just gave him a piece. I didn't know he had knight c4. I thought he had to play some other move like rook f8. I think I just lose a piece. I have a pawn for a piece. I don't even get a second pawn. I just have to resign. Okay, I can take on f7 and hope there's some sort of pin or something. How about bishop f6? Bishop f6, bishop f6, rook f7, king f7. Does it help? There's knight b5. just doesn't feel like it should be enough. But there's some issues. Rook c1, knight takes a7. Knight takes a7 is particularly problematic for black. Where's his rook going to go? Like, knight takes a7, rook c7, bishop f4. Wow. Oh, I see. So that's a brilliant move, actually. Brilliant move. King f8. It doesn't look like there's any recovering from this piece drop after that move. Knight a7, rook a8. Best case scenario, I have 2 pawns for a piece. Unless I have some sort of attack against his king. Not sure this even works. He could have played it different too. I'm just hoping I can trap his king or something. How's the time control? This was 7 plus 3. I have 2 pawns for a piece. Bad structure. 2 pawns for a knight. Not really enough. In theory, I have to get rid of his 3 pawns. Exactly. In theory, I wouldn't resign yet. I've got challenges. Whoa. Wow. That's an interestingly cold-blooded sort of move. Rook a4? Really? Okay, so let's say like b3 takes, check, king e8, check, king d8, rook to the 7th, bishop f8, rook takes. He's down to like 2 pawns there. Do I have a better way to do this? I'll have another suggestion. What about rook e1 right away? Is that like oof for black? Rook e1 right away? How does he defend against that? My bishop's hanging. God damn it, Jerry. What? What? Dude, stop making these weird moves. Are you kidding me? Bishop h6. Oh, I see. Amazing resource. Well, that's convenient. Happy Mac. That was a nice move to find bishop h6, just when you needed it. Because probably nothing else wins. Like, you're not winning after bishop. I'm not sure you're winning after bishop f8. To find this move is huge. I don't really have a defense. Got a game, Kodo, 3+2. Kodo, you're gonna have to re-challenge me. I don't do 3+2 on my stream. IP BPI. Alright. Chess player 212. So these challenges are acceptable, but the other one is too fast. I need that 3-2 to be 5+3. Miralis, thanks for playing. Miralis, thanks for playing and being here. Bishop h6 was a good move. I mean, no, I dropped a piece. But a weaker player would have allowed me to escape with like bishop f8 instead of bishop h6. That was a very heads-up move by him. Just when it looked like I had chances to save the game. White is basically playing the French in reverse. Not very exciting, but... Now, Headband Man would want to play the Mora Gambit here, but that's garbage. We don't do that. I don't play, like, crappy openings. Now, I don't know about knight g3. I think you should play d4. Try to get a French advance with... Of course, I don't have to advance. It seems like that's superior to knight g3. Our new challenge is 7+3. Alright. This is kind of a weird setup by white. I suppose it's not that bad. I'm not sure what exactly his plan is, like knight h5. We can do this right away if you want to be like really aggressive. He's not down with h4, h3. Understandably. That slows down my attack a little bit. But I still like the space gain. You're leading toward disaster. You think Bruce Box Wizard is a suspect in the Britney case? That's an interesting theory. You're trying to deflect suspicion away from yourself. I don't know where we've seen that sort of tactic recently. Sounds kind of familiar. White's playing very, very quickly here. We need development. I guess bishop d6. We could get the Morois. BB chess. Queen b3, trying to attack my d5 pawn or something. Now he plays d4. Record speed for white. I might as well just castle. I mean, so what? My pawn's on h4. It's kind of weird to have pawn on h4. I don't know. I feel like he should have taken on e5 there. Playing so darn fast. It's kind of disheartening. Is he really high rated? He's not high rated in Bullet. He's 1500. He's so quick. It's a little bit upsetting. It's like my game with no problem at all from yesterday. A bit. Queen e7. Somewhat unsound. The metagame. The metagame. We all know that Bob has like a network of secret accounts. But it's possible that you do too. Alright. You're more secretive than Bob. Not as outspoken. Let's see. Takes. White is playing this. I really actually like the way that White's playing this. Pretty logically. Very patiently, very quick. Only casual games. But don't call me sir. It's way too formal. Your Majesty or your high rankingness will suffice. So, just kidding, guys. Man, Botvinnik is not thrilled about that move. He just really wrecked his position with f4. I thought that White had played okay until this. I have this book on my desk called, I've mentioned it several times, Questions of Modern Chess Theory by Lipnitsky. There was this game where Botvinnik was like black in a very similar structure. This is horrible for White now. Because of f4, very much like weakening his king side. This bishop is blocked. I have play along the e file. I feel like he just handed me the game in one move. But until that, I thought it was really pretty tough battle. It's still not over, but strategically, black is clearly better. Now, sacrifices on h3 also. Right in the Lipnitsky game. I'm trying to remember who Botvinnik's opponent was. Maybe not a household name. It was Stahlberg. Uber driver, chess history expert. So there's a game, Stahlberg versus Botvinnik. Same structure. Look, he saw that. He saw the threat of bishop takes h3. An Uber master. But this exchange is exactly what we want. Theoretically. Theoretically what we want. Botvinnik had a chance to sacrifice his bishop on h3 in the game I'm talking about, and he like didn't. He just like squeezed his opponent like a boa constrictor instead. The exact same structure, exact same trade of bishops. White's almost in strategic like Zugzwang. Strategic like Zugzwang. Chess like a valley girl. Man, what are you gonna do here? Paralysis. Very hard to survive for White. We're in there, another entry point. He's still hanging on. All the black's pieces are better than White's. Every single piece filtering in now. Rook f3, an attempted defense. That's Stahlbergian. The Stahlbergian defense. Man, knight c2. And then double. Oof. Everything. And it's also about control of the center. That was used by Stahlberg too, rook a2. b4 and rook a2. Unbelievable, this guy. It's unbelievable. He's like 1500. Defending really tough. He's playing like a grandmaster, actually. Like a bad grandmaster game. But still, grandmaster's grandmaster. IP, BPI. He's playing like a grandmaster on a bad day. B4 and rook A2, the exact plan used by Stallberg to laterally mobilize his rook. Same exact structure. Unbelievable. How often do you get a game exactly the same as what you study? White's still looks like he's hanging on. Stockfish probably has us around like +3, but it's still hard to finish him off. He's pretty fast and solid. A rook sacrifice maybe works, but how do I checkmate him on G1? Some sort of knight G3. How do you feel about this? The rook will defend laterally and prevent mate, Asterbate. Is Asterbate even in the house? Is he still with us? Certain variations. Stallberg's big problem was putting his queen on B3. It was away from the center. Couldn't do anything to defend the king side from there. Into the diagonal. Wow. I don't know about king H2. Manually defending. Brute force. It was a malfunction. I think he just gave up. I don't know where to start, honestly. Really? I shadow ban people? Is that a thing? I mean, this is sort of crazy. I don't know which way to take. There's a check on C8. This guy's crazy. How is he 1500 in bullet? First of all, taking that 1500. Then I take an F4. He's fast though. So that was instructive. But I mean, I would wager that Black's advantage, that position where he played like Queen C1, is like +3. Even though I'm not, well, King H2. Can White defend this? See, I'm right on the money. -3.7. A little higher than I thought. Even though I'm not up any material, it's an advantage of 3.7. That was like Stallberg by Finnick. Alright. I've got time for a couple more challenges. Our New Year chess player 212. Is there some reason I should probably skip this guy? He's still at 3+2. Yeah, he didn't listen. I probably didn't close his challenge, or he sent me another one. Not listening. I don't do 3+2. Yeah, I have time for this game and probably one more. Hey, look, you're troll. You already played a game. Troll, you only get a second game if there's... But the other scribers, how many games do they play? Are you special? You have to be tier 2 or tier 3 to get bonus games. Unless I'm just nice. Sometimes I'm just nice. If there's nobody else subscribing, I mean nobody else challenging me, I would, man. But scribers. I played the wrong move, knight f3. It's a very bad move. It's necessary to play queen b3 here. What if I play queen b3 now? It is late. You're a kid? I can't believe Troll is a kid. Never in my wildest imaginations did I think you were a kid. How old do you have to be to qualify to be a kid? Bishop c4, queen b3. I think bishop c4. This seems normal. What are you talking about? Juicebox, you're not talking about chess, are you? You can't wear buttoned up shirts or vests internationally. What are the odds this guy is cheating? What are you guys talking about? He just started. Why do you think he's cheating? Alright. Yeah, this seems familiar to me. I think I even had this game with black once. d6, pawn takes pawn. Castles. Giving the pawn back. Jared Bryan. Actually, d6, knight b6 might be a good move for black. Looks like d6 is too slow. I can try to keep the pawn with queen b3. I guess. I don't like this. I don't really love this variation. $20 games. Ah, it's bad. Yeah, he doesn't have enough games. Tricked me into taking his challenge. He has less than 100 games. I wouldn't normally accept a challenge. Luckily, it's not rated. The fan is kicking in now. But I do have a rule in effect not to accept challenges for people with less than 100 games. So, normally, this player wouldn't qualify. It's funny, the engine, I got engines on my mind now. The motor on my fan, it's really... So you think this is just I should resign? Is that what you're saying? So maybe I should just resign now. Flying Weeb. You want me to play it out so he can demonstrate his amazing accuracy? It's a lot of time to waste if he really is an engine. It already looks highly accurate. Let's just resign. Go on to the next game. I don't want to take challenges from people with less than 100 games. Sorry, dude. I'd rather play some established accounts. I didn't realize you're less than 100. Anyway, thanks for the game. Maybe next time when you establish your account, if you get more than 100 games, I'll think about it. The only interesting game, what? That position? I don't want to play people. I mean, I should actually increase the number of games to like 200 or 300, honestly. Now anybody can have like 100 games in one day. That's cool. I don't feel like investing 15 minutes on playing someone who might be an engine. We've got better things to do. So this variation has been bugging me. I guess b6 I like here. I love this variation though. e3, correct. h6, g5. 7-3 is a long time control. The game can last like almost 20 minutes. I don't want to play somebody who's not established and waste my time. Knight e4. So we played this position a lot. I love this line for black. It's not what I would recommend for white though. Rook c1 is not as common as queen c2. d6, queen a4 check, knight c6. That loses a piece, right? That's the one advantage of rook c1. I drop a piece here if I do that. Which raises an interesting question. Probably I should take right away unprovoked. Alright. I'm taking challenges from people with 100 games. We've only got time for a couple more games. Dinekis, I don't know if he's a subscriber, but I would prefer to play him because it's someone that I know, that I trust. Is this guy kidding? I don't know, I canceled the game. It's hard to say how you played. I think it looks like you played perfectly. But I didn't realize you had a provisional account. Indian Musketeer. Where is this challenge? The unrated chess expert with no games? No. Flying Weeb? I don't understand. I thought Flying Weeb was his own person. You're the person who just challenged me with no games? Are you trolling me? Good game. It was a great game. What are these like random challenges for? Tackmaster. 36 games. See, this is the same person with like 6 different accounts or something. Yeah, I'm not going to play people, dude. I just canceled the game with someone just like you. Get an established account on lichess, and then maybe people will play. If you can play like 100 games without getting banned, I'll play you next time. Well, I mean, just like you. 50 games. Bob's always trying to read into stuff. I would like to increase it to more games. I made a mistake against Popov here with a mouse slip. Not a mouse slip, but I pre-moved knight d7. The one move I probably won't play, I mean, I might not play knight d7 would be against d5. But actually, that's still probably good. What am I supposed to do? Should I play like e5? That seems weird as well. Flying Weeb. I didn't cancel your challenge, did I? 100 games in Bullet doesn't count. I don't count Bullet as chess. It's not difficult to have 100 Blitz games on lichess. It takes like 2 days to do that. Not a big, difficult challenge. What happened to Flying Weaves challenge? You didn't have... Yeah, rated games we're talking about, dude. I'm not going to argue. This is ridiculous. Please stop doing that. Please stop arguing with me. It's distracting from the stream. Alright. Popov Nikita here with a kind of combative play. He's solid. White's okay here. Just don't, please. Just don't argue with me and haggle. I have 100 games. The accounts I just unchallenged didn't have 100 games, so I'm gonna stop arguing with people. But I think it was all the same guy with like 6 different accounts, probably. Could play me all day. Now I get chess is great. Like a real count or not? 23 games, 25 games. Are you serious? Where are these people coming from? Is everybody who just made an account on lichess challenging me? Why does every single player who challenges me just created a new account? Is this a joke? 10 NPQ actually has 277 games. Flying Weeb. Flying Weeb disappeared again. See, I didn't decline his challenge. It's his internet. Flying Weeb, I didn't decline your challenge. It's just your internet is bad. Your Wi-Fi keeps popping you out of the list. That's not my problem. Every time you get disconnected from the site, dude, you get knocked off the list. That doesn't have to do with me. That's why your challenge wasn't there. I timed him out because he was being annoying. Dude, he's being annoying. What can I say? My word is final. Code a timeout. That guy's got to be kidding, right? In order to ask for a rematch, you would have to be highly suspicious. The rematch of the game that I canceled, guy. Seriously. I think Popov Nikita is like disconnected. The end of the stream just sort of fell apart. Banning on name alone has been called for. Chest weeb. This guy's seriously solid for 1700. It's probably a draw, objectively. He said good game after he played 10 moves and I resigned, and then challenged me to another game. Like, you have to be a computer to do that. Like, no real chess player would do that. If he like wasn't a cheater, he would be outraged. But he's like, oh, how about another game? The risks of the open challenges. You have an option. We might even play troll. I didn't like totally dismiss playing Flying Weeb. Just he was being annoying in the chat. 10 PQ, okay. D-neck is okay. Troll and roll is not going to get to play. This guy is super salad. White not worse here. White might be better now, I'm thinking. Possibly better. Luckily, he can't penetrate. H4 was kind of scary here. If he turns the tables and tries to start attacking me, I was thinking that white might even be... I mean, now I'm out of the woods. The proverbial woods. So that's like a very key moment in this game. If he plays h4, I'm suddenly going... Like, if I could castle queenside, okay, no problem. He's starting to open it up. Taking ruins my pawn structure. Moving my rook abandons the h file. I would have had to literally play like rook g8, h takes g, h takes g. And I'm lucky I'm not in trouble, because he can't penetrate on the 7th rank because of my bishop on f5. But I felt that was his only... Oh, still he's solid here, actually. I'm really not sure even what to do. We might win on time in this game. Dinekis, welcome. So I've got... This is a good move, man. 1700. He's solid. This is like a very solid game by white. Now I don't know about castling queenside even. I guess I could castle queenside. I feel like I'm playing like Morales. Where do I put my king? Maybe I'll castle kingside. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. Popov Nikita is a pretty good player. Maybe we're better now. We got the B file with a very slight edge. He's a good positional player, well trained, underrated, in my opinion. This player. Like the old school. Russian school. But he slipped a little bit. Now black has controlled the B file. And the better endgame. But I think in some moment he was completely fine. Between the time and the positional advantage I finally accumulated here, we had good chances to win, but like 2 moves ago, he was fine. 3 moves ago. He's starting to cave in a little. This endgame's probably just gone. Caving. But a good fight. Finish me off. Not so easy. Not so easy. That rook on c4 is ridiculous. I can't keep my rook there. White could get some counterplay. Yet. It's a little scary. Maybe a mistake by me. Another one. Man, I mean, if he just got a little counterplay there. Now he's playing great again. Playing great again. Nice comeback. From what I thought was a hopeless position. Now what do I do? A5, A4. It's hard to break through here. Very, very hard to break through here, kids. Without allowing deadly penetration. Sacking a pawn to break through. Capablanca. This guy is good, man. 1700. Wow. mean, he's finally... Then I said that once already, that he was finally losing. And the in-between move he finds with rook f5. Cute little move. It's finally too much. Good fight. Legit battle. Alright guys, I have time for at least one more game, maybe two. So d-neck-kiss. There's no time for this. Troll in a roll, I'm sorry. We already played you one game. I'm going to play d-neck-kiss. Even though he's not a subscriber, he contributed to our team. And maybe one more game if I have time. That guy was good for his rating. And he hardly played perfectly, but I give him really good credit. 1700, he put up resistance all the way to the end game. And I like the way he played the opening. This knight on f3. He's a good King's Indian player. Dimi. I had some games in my sample yesterday where I was playing knight c3, delaying the knight f3, and then playing like bishop g5 and e3, which is an interesting system. I've played a lot of games with this player where I've used bishop g5. When you immediately lose the first game of 3 and then win the last 2, what are you talking about? He's a total of 2,358 games. Well, he's legit. But he's good. You know, he's good for 1,700. Even at the end game, I wasn't 100% sure I was winning. If he was to play, like, perfect moves, perfect moves, there was maybe a slight chance I could draw that rook end game. But the only big mistake he made was not maybe taking advantage of a few opportunities to play h4. I've played this a lot against the Neckis, and I don't like it. He knows how to play this by now. I still don't like the system for black, though. The knight on bd7. It's a passive setup. Trying to play e5 against bishop g5 type formations is almost never good. It's okay if you play Benoni. But if you play Benoni, you shouldn't put your knight on d7. Demantis, yeah, the lichess cheaters rarely get past 200 games before being detected. I mean, that's why I want to have at least 100 games. There are some cases where I've seen some crazy stuff, dude. I've like played in the hourly arena and gotten paired with someone. Not recently, but you know, maybe they're getting better at catching people. But in the past, I've played people where it was like unbelievable. They like won 60 games in a row. Crazy stuff, you know. They just like won 60 games in a row and nobody reported them. I mean, I've never won 60 games in a row in my life. On any chess site. I mean, it's just in an hourly arena. And that, like, if you're playing 1,000 players, of course, you could do it. So once in a while, you see people like that. But yeah, pretty much they get weeded out. I say that I don't want to play with people with less than 100 games, rated games I'm talking about. I can't remember, we've probably had almost the same game before. The 10 PQ looks legit. Sometimes you have weird tactics with like knight takes g5. It's not really working here. What about rook d1? Rook d1 f5, pawn takes e5. It looks good. Rook d1 f5, pawn takes. Knight takes g3, h takes g3, pawn takes, or knight takes, knight takes. Or I could take right away on e5. That doesn't really change anything. A Schieberspieler quality player can win 16 in a row. Well, first of all, there's the chance of running into another engine. Like, if you are an engine, sometimes you get paired with other people who are, and that's funny when you, like, scroll through some person who's won, like, 50 games in a row, and then you see this, like, one red game where they lost, and then you play through that game, and it turns out that their opponent was an engine, too. Like, it happens in the hourly arenas pretty frequently. Then I'm like, oh, what do I do now? Like, report them both? Like, this guy's an engine, and the guy that he played is an engine. I'd be like filling out reports all day long. It's a good way to, I think the hourly arenas are a good sort of way to catch cheaters. A lot of people jump in there and they're really blatant about it. Okay, so Danik is hanging on here. White's slightly better. The f5 square. Knight d5. This is like Schieber. Speaking of Schieberspieler, is he here now? This looks like his kind of endgame. Bishop versus knight. But it could be better than that. Knight and f5 is not necessarily... I'm probably going to have to trade it, but I don't have to. You know, maybe I don't trade it for the bishop on g7. It's just too strong. How much is Tushar charging for lessons now, Juicebox? He hasn't been around the stream for a little while. We don't have to worry because there'll never be like legitimate chess tournaments for money online. I mean, unless it's like a private thing organized by Magnus Carlsen with very close surveillance. I like how they try to have some prize tournaments. I don't know how long that will survive. Oh, he does cheating lessons for real? That's awesome. Probably make good money that way. Better than teaching chess. You could charge more. It's more of like a specialist sort of skill. Anybody can be a chess master. Cagey play here by Dinekis. Very cagey. Okay, guys. This looks like my last game. I don't know. Maybe I can play this. Oh, I feel bad about declining 10 PQ because he's a high-rated player. Maybe we'll give him a game. Actually, I don't have a crushing appointment. I'm supposed to leave soon, but I can probably hang out with you guys a little bit longer. And he's thrashing about like a shark. It's amazing how fast Dinakis is. Was he this fast before? Did he get faster or stronger or something changed? He was never bad, but he seems like he reappeared on my stream. He's even stronger than he was before. I noticed some kind of change or improvement. This is a really cagey defense by Black. A lot of people wouldn't defend that well in a tournament game. This is annoying. Maybe I could try to sack a pawn. Bishop d5. How about taking back with the pawn? I don't like the symmetrical structure. Damn. Fans of Tushar Club. I mean, he's seriously 1800 and he defends better than 2000 players. And is fast or better. In a difficult position. But what is the deal? Was Dinakis like changes his ratings down to 1825 purposely or something? Like the troll does stuff like that too. Like you manipulate your rating to certain levels because you like that number. Like in reality he's 2000 but he lowers his ratings down to 1825 because he likes that number. Or something. He did a great job. I mean, he was one move away from catastrophe and maneuvered his knight to e7 just in time to save himself here. $18.21. So he can't get it at the right number. He's trying, but they won't let him. Apparently. It's like the Greek Independence Day or something. I know Jim is bored of talking about it. Keep like asking him. We're a little better. It's a very tedious position. Maybe f4 later on. I mean, I can imagine my pawn majority blossoming. Awesome blossom. I miss Chili's. I know that's like a really random thing to say, but it's hard living your whole life in Hungary. Now, maybe I take with the pawn here too. It's not very dynamic. Schieberspieler's in heaven now. Bishop versus knight. Still Black is mega tough. Mega tough. Probing. B4. I gotta decide where I'm playing here. Feels like Black getting really, really impulsive, but maybe he's a genius. This is sharp. Slightly better for white. 1825. You'd have to be pretty much a loser to do that. Lower your rating on purpose to make a streamer look bad. But I guess there's worse things that people waste their time doing. Alright. Well, we have one friend who got their account labeled for rating manipulation, and ironically he didn't manipulate his rating. So that's kind of weird. I don't know which way to take, honestly. White is slightly better. Capablanca would win with white and draw with black. Guilty of being a target for Bob's whims. Whimsical musings. What am I actually threatening here? Wait, I had an idea. C5. Is that a good move? Even that doesn't work. I could get 2 connected passers. We'll take it. I've got him. We weaken him a little bit more. Soften him up first. Butter him up for the kill. And now we strike. We just slightly softened up his structure. But our 2 connectors should win. There's that soft underbelly of the black pawn structure at c6 now. How's the king and pawn in game? 2 connected pass pawns against that conglomerate. And that shouldn't be enough, right? A4, take. I mean, I can't mate him though. It's sort of problematic. Like stuttering. I mean, shouldn't I just be winning with those pawns? But at least we get the maximum space. I mean, he can create a pass pawn, but not that quickly. Should be winning for me. But I can't cross the line of demarcation. He can't make progress. This guy is good though. Another king and pawn game. Popular motif today. I'm still in the square. A very important concept. A4. So if I go back, he plays king f6 and I can't win. If I take, oh, I just win if I take, right? That was kind of a complicated king and pawn game. I'm still not sure. It's our second one today. But I don't think Top Andrash was ever banned for cheating, dude. I don't know. But I don't know enough gossip and rumors. So this is interesting. The Horizon. You're like, why didn't I play e5 in this position? Why would I not play e5? It's weird. Terrible mistake there not to play e5. So now he has b4 or c4. So this is the point. He's got this. And then king e4, a4. Oh my god, and I can't win here. That's perverted. What a position. Look at this. So that's it. You can't win with that structure. Obviously. A lot to be taken away. I'm going to play this last game. I gotta go, guys. I was supposed to go 5 minutes ago. I'm sorry I can't take the challenges from... Well, that's a repeat, but Flying Weeb, I'll have to get you next time. This guy is a strong player. He seems legitimate. Tennessee, like 10, like Tennessee. Nobody plays the open Roy Lopez. I was thinking recently. This is probably the first time I've played a proper Roy Lopez in a long time. Hope he doesn't play the Marshall. He does. Yeah, my theoretical knowledge is a little bit like old. I don't get very many Spanish games, and I almost never get the Marshall. So I can be caught a little bit unprepared here. Although bishop f6, I don't recall bishop f6 being a move. I don't recall ever seeing this. Normally bishop d6, right? And then there's some instances of maybe rook h5. Although I don't think that's always a good move. This blocks his queen. It just doesn't seem right. But what about upsides of bishop f6? What are the upsides of bishop f6? I don't know. I mean, rook e4 is like bishop f5, and now I don't have any rook h4. Rook e2 seems bad, so I have to play rook e1. Now what do I do? Good game, Dinekis. I mean, did I throw away that win because I played not e5 in the right moment when I could have played it faster? The endgame is very important, obviously. So now it feels like I should play d4 or move down. It's weird. Okay, I have knight d2, knight f4, knight e4, knight d3, knight f6 check. That actually looks pretty good. Knight d2, knight f4, knight e4, knight d3, knight f6 check. So if I can get developed, I mean, that's all that matters in life. This is really weird. It's like he's playing on the queen side in the Marshall. I've never seen anything like that. Very unusual idea. Honestly, I think he should have played b4 first. But still might be okay. It's a highly unusual plan by black. Never in my life have I seen anything like this. So now he's actually backing off. If d4, a4. I don't know, I suppose I should like develop. This is really weird game. Never seen anything like it. He's 2383 in bullet. 2301. Where should my knight even go? In the center. Literally never seen anyone play the marshal like this in my life. It's almost like a totally new interpretation of the opening. That's a surprising move. Probably not bad. At least my pieces can function. Sometimes they get shut out on the queen side. Black has so much space though. Because of f4. Huge space. And the knight has to go. But this actually looks okay. As long as I get rid of his knight out of my face, I'm probably okay. The knight on d5 with that pawn on f4 is too much. It's been a weird game though. I'm almost like changing plans every single move. Now knight g4. Like totally random moves by both sides. Like every move is a totally random new move. Very strange game. What's going on here? We gotta have a strong attack. That was a weird game. Anyway. Very strange game. That's all I can say. I'll see you guys later. We'll be back tomorrow night with the Ponda. Sorry I can't take any more challenges. We'll be back tomorrow with the Ponda Blitz Arena at 6:30 CEST here on lichess. Thanks everybody for watching and supporting the stream. Take care. From the Ponda and myself, have a great afternoon. Don't forget to join the Ponda and Horses Club and join our arena tomorrow night. Don't forget, guys. 6:30 CEST Tuesday. Bye-bye.